Good afternoon and welcome to Wingate Parts, day 3 of the South African Masters for 2025. It has been a long weekend with lots of bowls being played and some thrilling action all the way. A lot of these finalists have only been determined in session 1 for the ladies of day 3 and session 2 for the men's on day 3. So it's been very exciting. Mike, welcome. Privileged to have you in the studio with us today.
Thank you very much, Claire. Yes, we've seen some great bowls. The green's been really quick, of course, and my good friend Jason's made it to the men's final. And there's going to be some great games across the green today.
Absolutely. We'll keep you updated with all the scores. We've got a good view. And so I think all our viewers, although we're going to be watching and focusing on the Open Ladies final, everyone will want to know what the other scores are happening across the rink. And we are on B rink at Wingate Park. So the finalists in the ladies, we have Marizellé Rousseau facing up against Esmé Kruger. Kind of want to say it's the sort of the old experience that's been around the block. Fantastic player. Esmé Kruger has got a phenomenal record, and 2024 was exceptional for her against the young gun Marizellé Rousseau, also at her home ground, and there will be a huge amount of home ground support for her.
Yes, Marizellé, very popular, yeah. Not just in this club, but in the whole district. Very strong contender for the elite team as well in South Africa. She made the African States last year for the first time. So yeah, she's quite fortunate to come through earlier. She took advantage of a final end win by Bridget Herschelman over Colleen Picketh after Marizellé lost to Jackie Janssen van Rensburg, but on shot aggregate she came through, and now she's in the final and everything to win.
It was a very complicated morning's play. We were commentating on B6 that had Colleen Picketh versus Bridget Herselman, and then on C rink, Jax was playing against Marizellé. So we were getting score updates left, right, and centre, as it was a very, very important game for all four players. Colleen Picketh played very, very well, but Bridget put on a display of drawing that was second to none. It was actually incredible. Colleen had to rely on her upshots quite a lot to sort of end Bridget's momentum in the game. It was like watching a masters play chess. It was a fascinating game. But Marizellé, even though she got that loss to Jax, she's come through to the final. Esmé also had a tough session 1 game against Maggie van Zyl from Western Province. Maggie held her really, really close, and then eventually Esmé won at 21-17. But if Maggie had won that, there could have been some extra permutations in that section.
For sure. I just want to remind everyone that there'll be a new name on the Masters Trophy for the ladies this year. I know that Esmé, I think it was about 15 years ago, she lost in the final, but she's had about, 123 bronzes, I believe. And Marizellé is a former junior Masters champion. So, but we will have a new name on the trophy today. And I just want to say that my good friend Jason Evans is going for the record of 6 Masters men's titles. So that'll be a massive feather in his cap, up against the very experienced Wayne Rittmiller. So it's going to be a tough game, no doubt. And yeah, I'll be keeping my eyes on both games. So I'll be squint by the end of it, I think.
Mike, you'll be multitasking a lot. Don't worry, I'll help you with it. We'll keep everyone updated. We capped on the ladies and how close it was to get to the final. The men had exactly the same. We had a fantastic fight between Jason and Jerry Baker. That game could have gone either way. Shot aggregate would have come into it. And then Wayne Rittmiller and Sean Thomas had a titanic battle. And then Nixa Ben Gurik versus Wayne Roberts. And Wayne if Wayne had got the win on that game, then Wayne Rittmiller wouldn't have necessarily been in the final. So just shows you how close all these competitors are, and the skill set is something to behold. Esmé Kruger, we mentioned her 2024 record and how well she had played, but she's been a competitor at the highest levels for so many years. Commonwealth Games for silver in 2022, that would definitely have been very special for her. SA Masters bronze last year. She's taking the step up, either gold or silver in her future. National falls and pairs silver, and the Western Cape singles, she won the gold. I was actually there to witness that game, the Western Cape singles. Colleen Pickett and Esmé Kruger played against each other, and Esmé was phenomenal. They had their drawing juice on, that was for sure. It was very, very exciting. And Esmé had a very long day in last year at the Nationals ladies. If I'm not mistaken, at Durbanville, they actually started at 7:30 in the morning. They needed to get sort of 4 games or almost 5 games in for the finals to try and finish it. So it was a very tough day for Esmé and the lady she was playing with in the fours and the pairs.
I was at Cardiff, the Atlantic Rim, back in 2019 when Esmé played for gold. She was playing third to Annika up against the Welsh ladies, and the Welsh ladies pipped them in the final. Yeah, but she's been a fixture in the South African gold squad for many years now. She momentarily went out of it, of course, back in, I think, October or November, when her and Colleen were incredibly dropped from the gold squad. But then, with a couple of pullouts, she was back in, and now she's taken advantage of being back into the gold squad, and now she's in the final of the SA Masters. So good to her.
I think you had that feeling about both Colleen and Esmé wanting to use this weekend to just kind of make a loud shout out to the selectors.
Yeah.
Selectors have a very difficult job, and we need to respect what they need to do. But I think obviously a lot of disappointment from both players, but they've both fought back and shown the character that they have.
Colleen, although she didn't get to the semis, she did well in the World Indoor Singles, beat Mervyn King in the first round on the carpet, which is very alien to us, of course. So yeah, the girls are playing at the highest level still. As you said, they will have been disappointed, but they do need to respect the selection decisions of our wonderful selectors. But the best way to respond to them is to excel in our local competitions.
No, absolutely. And just to add on to that conversation, I don't think we understand how much time the administrators as well as the selectors give to the game, and that needs to be acknowledged and applauded. Everyone has their own lives, but they dedicate huge amount of time to the game of bowls, and they all love it themselves. So
for sure, it's a thankless job, and when we excel, then we say, well, the selectors have, they should be picking the right sides to win, and then when they don't do so well, then they say, well, the selectors are terrible. So it's one of those jobs you don't really want to have. So on this first end, I commentated on the game before this, which was Jason and Jerry, and on this long length, the swing of the bowl is hard to get your mind around. So it will take them a few ends to get into the pace and the swing of the green.
Both players playing opposite sides of the green, so it'll be interesting to see how they settle down.
Yes, I noticed earlier with Jason and Jerry, they couldn't make up their mind on one side or the other. So it's one of those rinks.
Just to touch on Marizelle's record that we saw earlier, she's had a very, very good 2 years. 2023 African States pairs silver, and that year she won the SA Junior Masters that was played down in Cape Town at Western Province Cricket Club, and she played against Fran Belleri. It was a cracker of a game, and Marizellé used her attacking shot to actually big drive on the last end to win it, so it was very exciting. 2024, the Gauteng Open Falls won gold, and African States, as we've mentioned earlier, the falls and the trips, she came away with gold. So a consistent competitor, puts down phenomenal bowls, and it's going to make for a very intriguing final. Welcome to everyone, and please guys, ask us your questions. We'll try and answer them, and if we can't, we'll run around and find the answers.
You've always got Google, Claire.
Google as well, but there's some very wise people around the screen that we can always pull in for some extra knowledge.
Yes, of course.
But Mike, you look very clever, so I don't need to worry about anything.
I'm good with an Excel spreadsheet, but that's about it. So I'm not sure if you saw the swing on that ball, Claire, but she was at least 3 feet outside the strings, and it came back to finish narrow of the jack. So that just shows you the swing on this speed. So my good mate Gary Rom has joined us in the commentary box here.
Marizellé playing with a little bit more weight, trying to find that shot bowl of Esmé. And the swing that we saw on Esmé's hand is also sitting on Marizelle's hand. She put that down with some serious weight behind, and it still cut away prodigiously.
Yeah, a good meter of swing, even at that speed. So we got an all Wingate final in the junior men. We got Cecil up against Ernie. That'll be a bit of a local grudge match.
And I'll definitely be keeping my eye on the Vets men's final or Western Province affair. Great Neil Burkett playing against Kevin Smith, who plays his bowls out of Durbanville.
Yes, I think Kevin Smith beat Jason in the PBA last year, which was quite an achievement.
Kevin Smith has been putting down some fantastic bowls since through 2024 and the beginning of 2025. He's in very good form at the moment.
Esmé just running just over a meter through the head, yeah. There is 2 speeds going up and coming back. So the girls will have to get used to that quite quickly.
Both players playing with a little bit of too much weight coming through.
This is almost like an indoor swing.
It's definitely very good weight here from Esmé. Now on B6, Jason Evans holding 3.
Yeah, I think Jason was very happy to get through that game against Jerry, and I'm sure his confidence will be up there, and he'll be looking forward to beating that all-time record of 6 Masters finals wins.
He fought back brilliantly. He was quite well down in the game, and I know the statisticians and everyone interested in sections had their calculators out.
Yes.
But he came back fighting like the lion he is.
The marker there, of course, is Arthur from Eastern Province. He's a former South African singles winner. I know, because he beat me in the quarterfinal. Son of a gun.
Marizellé coming in close to get another second shot.
Wow. The finish is quite incredible, especially down towards the 2-meter mark.
The Wingate Park Bowl greens have been in incredible condition. A lot of the players having to just get used to the quickness.
Yes, I've never seen them running this quick at this time of year. Marizellé with a chance here to tickle the white for 3.
I think we've corrected the score on screen. Esmé Kruger did pick up 2 on the first end. Thank you very much. Hello to everyone watching. Marcel, Lorraine, Alta de Coq. Welcome to the viewing. Hope you guys are enjoying it.
Lorraine, a former member here at Wingate, of course, for many, many years. Very, very successful for South Africa and in the BGN side and in the Wingate side. She has a record longer than Jack the Ripper. Oh, the banks are now literally full. 1 or 2 spaces here and there. So great to see the turnout and the support for the players.
Yeah, since Friday, the spectators have been coming in thick and fast. Always generates such a fantastic atmosphere for the players while they're on the green.
Murray deciding whether to have a vodka or water, and she's chosen the water.
Pretoria has definitely delivered fantastic weather for this weekend. Not a drop of rain, no wind. Me coming from Cape Town, I've enjoyed the no wind.
Yes, perfect conditions. Green getting quicker all the time. Marizellé adjusting well. Still running through a couple of feet. And swinging viciously at the end.
Mike, I was just going to say, running through the couple of feet and just struggling to control that swing on that ball.
And the longer you send that jack, the worse it is.
Esmé Kruger taking a huge amount of grass, just not getting the weight quite right.
Now that looks like it couldn't come back, but it guaranteed it will.
There she comes.
Well played, Marie.
Fantastic ball that.
Marizellé with a lot of local support here, obviously. I know her father's smoking 2 packets of cigarettes today watching her.
2 packs in just this game, I'm sure. Esmé getting locked up on her front bowl.
Jason hitting the straps quite early. He's a phenomenal talent, of course. Marizellé drawn another great shot in there.
it's one of those hands that if you can get your hand on the right line and trust it to come in, you will get your return on it.
She's got wooded again. So, looks like 3 shots to Marizellé. That'll help us settle down.
Kevin Smith leading Neil Burkett 4-1. Mills 4-0 up against Pembroke.
James.
Lila Sneyman and Tabello 2-all. The All BGN affair, or the All Wingate affair, and the under 30 men also 2-all.
Early days yet. So it's as good a time as ever, Gary, to introduce our little competition for the ladies' final. We're going to give away a makeover with Gary's son, Calvin, worth 5,000 Rand in any one of our salons. For the person that gets the prediction of the ladies' final score right, or close enough. So we're going to let it go for another 3 or 4 ends. So get your predictions in the comments. And then we will inform you at the end of the game who has won that wonderful prize. Marizellé looking a bit under the line here. But she's getting wooded anyway.
This might help Esmé a little bit. She knows she needs to take out a little bit more grass. Esmé now changing her hand.
Well, she's out there enough.
Yeah, she's given it a lot of air.
Just running about 4 or 5 feet by the looks of it. Actually gone into the ditch. Wow. Mary's still under the line, I think. Held up a long way though.
Definitely seems almost like 2 lines there. That was interesting.
Yes.
I agreed with you, Mike. I thought that was way under. Didn't end that way.
Yeah, there's an inside line and an outside line. You do get rinks that that happens on.
Esmé now going back to her original hand.
You can see Esmé was 2 meters outside of Marizellé's line, and she's come all the way back to the jack. So that just confirms 2 lines on this ring coming this way. Sharon Dubell reckons it's going to be 21-17 to Esmé. Mark Taylor thinks it's going to be 21-13 to Marizellé. Anel Janssen van Rensburg thinks it's going to be 21-18 to Esmé. Keep those predictions coming in. And there is a safety net, of course. If Calvin does mess your hair up, his father Gary will fix it, no problem, free of charge.
And then there's a competition to see who does a better job.
Correct.
Esmé changing her hands quite a bit.
I see we're up to 320 viewers, Claire. I'm sure we'll get to 600 by the end of the game.
Ah, we must be popular, Mike.
I think we're all on mute. Except the ones that put the score predictions in. They're definitely listening. Oh, 3 shots there for Esmé.
Marizellé winning the end before, and now Esmé sort of fighting back and picking up a 3 herself. These two players will be very aware of momentum in this game, making sure that they don't lose it at any stage, because both players will pounce on it.
Yes, I think they both trying to find their length. I mean, Esmé just losing the jack there, trying to throw it long. Marizellé happy to leave the mat basically where it was. Throwing a 3/4 length, so that's her preferred length by the looks of it.
I've heard a couple of comments around the green from the players saying they were actually struggling to control the weight of the jack, but as soon as they got the ball in the hand, they felt it was a little bit easier. I think that just shows the sort of running speed and how quick the greens are. Net de Wet 21-16 Marizellé. Almunda 21-19 Marizellé.
Great opener from Esmé there, considering she lost the jack.
Elena Snyman, Esmé 21-20.
Games. 4 ends. Thank you for pointing that out, Anel. James is about 17 castle lights in, so he is a little bit slow on the updates.
And unfortunately, I'm sitting between the two gentlemen, so hopefully they can behave on each side of me.
Oh.
I do a bit of hockey umpiring. I don't want to get my cards out. Esmé holding 2. Marizellé coming down on a very good line.
A little bit heavy.
Her weight's just a bit heavy.
Yeah, she's just carrying a meter there.
That ball still hinting across the midline, even though she took a huge amount of grass.
Yes, they're going right out to the string. And it's swinging all the way back. Fantastic to play on if you can find your weight.
Very good drawing from Esmé.
We might see a little bit of Vuma from Marizellé, yep.
A little bit.
Well, she's got one of them, but she's taken her own out in the meantime. So, still 2 down. A good 2. Philip Bailey. Normally I'm Gary's slave, but today he's getting me the beers. Very kind of him. I was hoping to see you this weekend, mate.
That is brilliant bowling from Esmé Kruger.
I think Marizellé is committed to the drive now. So
She's not going to hold back now.
We'll see another effort. Meanwhile, Jason goes into a 10-1 lead. So it's looking pretty ominous. He's a brilliant front runner, of course. Yeah, Marizelle's on target now.
A very good drive from Marizellé Rousseau, one of her strengths.
Fantastic drive from Marizellé there.
His confidence playing it, and she needed to hit that.
I think there may be a toucher in the ditch though. So she's probably one down still. No, she managed to knock the non-toucher. There were 2 out of 3 of the touches, and she managed to knock the non-toucher into the ditch. So, hell of a result there from Marizellé.
3 down to 1 up.
2 up.
2 up, sorry, my mistake. 2 up.
So, Gary, we got loads of score predictions in already. Calvin's obviously a lot more popular than you.
He knows me.
Some words of wisdom there from the guru. Calvin, if you're listening, and I'm sure you are, he's taught you everything that he knows, but no. Taught you everything that you know, but not everything that he knows. So make that what you will.
Oh, Marizellé coming on with a beautiful draw to open up this end.
Unlucky not to swallow the jack hole there.
We've seen that a lot this weekend. It's very, very difficult to get the jack clean.
Yeah.
Tupelo leading Leila Snyman 4-2. Vessel Baldwin up 5-3 against Anna. We apologize for the break in transmission, some power issues on our side. So please let everyone know we're back online and eager to keep you abreast of all the action at Wingate Park on finals day. Just an update on scores while there was a break. Jason Evans 15-5 up against Wayne Rittmiller. Esmé, Kruger and Marizellé Rousseau. It's an absolutely cracking affair and it's 9-all currently. Mills versus Pembroke. Mills leading 9-8. Tupelo and Lila Snyman. Tupelo is 8-9 down. Neil Burkett versus Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith leading Neil Burkett at this moment 10-5.
Yes, Jason has really found a bit of form in the final, yeah, as we expected. Esmé and Marizellé having a heck of a tussle. Both girls putting on a proper display for the crowd.
Fascinating game. As soon as you think one player's sort of got the best of their opponent, the other one comes and strikes back. There's definitely no shortage of action.
Ernie seems to be winning the local derby between him and Cecil. I mean, Cecil's winning that local derby, but Ernie's fighting back. He's holding 2, maybe 3 now on this end. I'll have to go back on the comments.
Esmé very close there, trying to find Marizellé sharp bowl. Any movement on the jack as well, she would have been picking up 3 or 4.
Just to give you some warning of the closure of the hair makeover challenge. So we'll play one more end of this tussle. Marizellé leading 10-9, so get your predictions in for the final score and we'll close it off after this end. Makeover is going to be with Calvin, Gary's son, worth about $5,000. And it's an experience that you'll absolutely love.
And a big shout out to our sponsors for this weekend. Our markers are looking very snazzy in their markers bibs, sponsored by Pro Brand. The markers have a very tough job carrying a whole lot of paraphernalia from lollipops to school cards and sprays. It can be quite a tricky affair to hold them all and mark touches. So their bibs are a very efficient and very functional piece of equipment for them. Perfect delivery, personal trust, Barton's Insurance. Our sport of bowls needs sponsors to keep the game growing and developing, so we thank all of them.
Indeed. As you all know, or you should know, our bowlers don't get paid for playing this wonderful game at this high level. So the game desperately needs the money coming into it to make it all worthwhile for them, the sacrifices they make. And like Claire says, a big shout out to all the volunteers this weekend. Without them, this wouldn't be possible, of course.
Leila Sneeman starting to get a little bit of daylight between her and Tabello. Only 4 shots. Sneeman's leading 12-8. Tabello will be leading on all of her experience, bowling internationally, to get back into this tussle. Neil Burkett also using his experience to come back on Kevin Smith. Neil Burkett down 7-10. Philip Bailey asking, always nice hear the commentators. You're great. Just a quick question. Is there a special bartender helping you guys? That's our secret.
We've got more than the 2 friends I alluded to earlier. They know how to keep us happy and lubricated.
We are known to tip quite well, so if you would like, send in your CVs.
Excellent van hier.
Esmé getting caught up on Marizellé's front ball. Could be 2 down. Yeah, 2 down. She does have a view of the jack, so depending on what Marizellé does, Esmé will probably decide to be up and at that head. Esmé got a big shot here. Want to drop the 2 now.
Esmé playing with a couple of yards over, but she's under the line. So it's definitely 1, probably 2.
Marker indicating 2 to Marizellé. Jason definitely charging ahead. He has leaders now 16-6. Kevin Smith 10-9 up against Neil Burkett. Heather Pembroke leading Mills 11-9. Remind you to send in any questions you may have.
I can officially tell you now that the Guess the Score challenge is now over. So we'll be having a look at the end of the game as to who's won that makeover. Esmé with a fantastic first wood, getting most of the jack, finishing about 5 or 6 inches short of it. As Claire says, my good mate Jason is really playing well. 16-6 up now against Wayne. Layla 12-9 up against Tabello. And Ernie making a little bit of a fight back, 14-9 down to Cecil. Heather going 11-9 up against Cherry-Ann. And Burks getting himself back in the game. But Kevin just drawing a fantastic shot when he was 3 down. So, it's all happening. Luckily, the power cut didn't affect the fridges, so me and Donnie are still happy.
It's actually quite important. The temperatures at Wingate have been incredibly warm. And Jason Evans is also incredibly warm as he picks up the jack. He's still holding one.
I think we are witnessing history being made today, Claire.
I think you're right.
He's been knocking on the door for a long time. Like I said now, this is his 6th final out of the last 9 Masters. So, and he's won many bronzes before that.
We just witnessed Marizellé pick up the jack beautifully. Unluckily, just went to Esmé's bowl.
Nice and warm out there, Gary.
Marizellé taking her time on the decision here, making sure she's confident in what shot she wants to play.
Yes, Marizellé just outside the line there. She was trying to play Esmé's bowl through. But if you're going to drop anything in this game, you drop singles.
Yeah, all about game management. All about game management, and players at this level will make sure that's all they do. It's the multiples that can kill you. Marizellé will feel confident. She's putting down brilliant bowls. When she's having to play the conversion shots, it is working. When Rittmiller just desperately trying to find the jack, pull it for 3. He is holding the 1.
Great effort from Esmé there to try and draw another, coming up about 10 inches short.
Just a little bit more on that, and she would have had the 2. Cecil Boardman is leading 16-9, but he is 3 down. No, I lied. Sorry, 1 down. My eyes are terrible from here.
Do you want a flying fish? You want a flying fish?
Esmé gone for a long end. Mat on the 2. Jack is all the way on the 2 meter.
I see we back up to 513 viewers. So let's see if we can break the 600 mark. If you could share the feed for us, that'll be great. Competition is over, Gary. We'll choose the winner later. It's a good a time as any to mention the Bear Tree Wingate Classic happening here in August with 200,000 Rand in prize money up for grabs. Going to be the biggest tournament in South Africa. Got 48 teams of 4. Invitation only. We will have the who's who of South African bowlers here. So that's another spectacle for our club to look forward to.
Mike, and I think it's such a fantastic initiative. Fairtree coming on board, giving some good sponsorship money, growing the game of bowls. We've seen their input into the PBA.
Yeah, they're an impressive pair of brothers, Audrey and Lombard. So I managed to meet up with them at the Outeniqua Classic in November, and now they've offered us a massive chunk of money, which is really awesome of them. We're going to be using cardless technology in the event.
He was telling me all about it. We've had quite a good conversation about his app and how to get the app into more people's hands. They're continuously making improvements, and essentially it will be getting away with scorecards and
Yes.
everything's directly on the app.
And it's you have an absolute live position of every single game. It's a fantastic innovation. They've spent a couple of million on the app. Rennies.
I saw Lombard earlier in the weekend, and I did give him a bit of a hard time. I said, like, how do you get the trip up here? Is Audrey working hard while you're on holiday? But I know he's working very hard, and all the meetings to get the Wingate Classic up and running, spread the word on the app, and see how they can assist Bowl South Africa.
Yeah, they're extremely passionate about the game. I've never seen it before, and I've been around for 30 odd years in this game.
I grew up.
Jason telling us just now that he's got a bit of heartburn. He had too many egg sandwiches. Asking for some Rennies. So if you're here and you're listening and you got some Rennies, please help my mate out.
Esmé holding 3 there, and Marizellé came in with a fantastic draw.
Yes, she's an impressive young woman.
I love her approach to the game, and how she's very passionate about the mental approach to bowls. You hear her give very, very good advice, speak to youngsters and new bowlers about their mental approach, and it's actually very, very important. At this top level, a lot of the time, everyone can put down very good bowls.
Yeah.
It's about how you perform under pressure, or when your head starts wandering, the concentration's not quite there. She's a very mature young lady.
Yeah, she's impressed me a lot in the last couple of years.
A high level of skill as well.
We went back-to-back Gauteng Open 4s at Skip. Is no mean achievement. Very respectful, well-mannered young lady as well. And the future of our ladies' game. She's definitely going to be part of it.
Layla Snowman, 15-11 up against Tabello, and she's pulled the jack beautifully while Tabello was holding. Layla's fighting against the best of the best. Tabello, a national player herself, phenomenal lead.
Yes, I watched her in the Commonwealth Games in Leamington, and she was very good in that.
I bowl quite a bit with Annika Skippers, and Annika's only got very good things to say about Tabello and her skill and what she can do leading. Very complimentary about her ability.
I've got a sneaky feeling that it'll be Annika and Tabello going to the Commonwealth Games next year.
Marizellé lying 2. Esmé's just missed her weight, and I know probably from the camera it looks like it's very, very far, but on these greens it's so quick. A meter, just a big meter behind, it's a very small adjustment you need to make on your weight.
Yes, a 3 for Marizellé would be excellent. As you can see, she's enjoying that tight line on the inside.
Issel Bullman goes into a 19-10 lead. Esmé Kruger trying desperately for this ball to get back. And that's experience at its best. Pressure shot, 3 down. 3 to Marizellé there would take it out to a 6-shot lead, and Esmé Kruger is not going away in this contest. 523 viewers. Come on, guys, spread the word. Some cracking bowls here. .523 viewers, and I reckon now we're up to easily 500 people around the screen potentially.
Yes, it's jam-packed here. Wingate. Everybody enjoying the great weather.
About 2 hours before the final even started, there was competition for finding chairs and holding on to chairs for dear life. So it shows you how many people are here.
Meanwhile, Burkett started to turn the heat on. Mr. Kevin Smith. He's lined 3. He's got about 3 within 7-8 inches. Kevin with 2 balls left, of course, but the pressure will start to tell eventually.
Kevin, a dentist by trade in Cape Town.
A what?
A dentist.
Oh.
Dr. Smith.
Oh, wow.
And Kevin Smith has attacked that head. Gone from 3 down to 1 down, so not a bad result.
Back to the ladies' game. Esmé hasn't been too comfortable going down the other side of the green. Meanwhile, Jason Evans 17-8 up against Mr. Rittmiller.
Esmé putting that ball out on a very wide line, but trusting it to come back, and you can see it's working very hard. And that is a phenomenal ball from Esmé Kruger. We've said time and time again, you put it out on that wide line and it will come back. You've got to trust it. Marizellé on a good track here. Just going past the jack. Neil Burkett picking up one to level that game, 12 all. Esmé putting it out wide, trusting the grass to come back, and that's a very, very good bowl. Marcus saying 2 to Esmé.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have been playing on and off now for 2.5 days. To maintain your concentration for so long is really, really difficult, especially in this heat. So you do see the odd dodgy bowl from these top players. But let me tell you, it's boiling out there. They are roasting. And the greens are just getting quicker and quicker as they play.
Yeah, day one, we had one or two of the ladies playing over 90 ends in the day.
Yeah.
28 ender and a 29 ender in a row.
Yeah, it catches up with you, especially on Sunday afternoon.
Neil Burkett fighting his way back in this game, getting the momentum back.
It's gone. Esmé loses the jack there. And at this level, sometimes it can be crucial.
It's the second time she's done that.
Yes.
She's pulling the mat up and trying to stick it as close to the 2 as possible. These quick greens, sometimes it does get away from you.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 meters is lightning. There's no runoff, of course, but there's so much wear that there is an extra finish at the end. Marizellé saying she's not scared of a long end. Anyway, the both girls have gone for to powder their noses together.
There are no handbags with them, so...
Oh, sorry, no, they've turned towards the bar. I don't blame them. Yeah.
Getting some more ice.
The marker taking a chance to get into the shade.
So while the action is having a bit of a break on our rink, we'll update you on scores. Lila Snyman leading Tabello 17-11. Pembroke up 13-11 against Mills. 12 all against Burkett and Smith. Jason Evans in control of this game.
Yeah, 17-10 now to Jason. He just needs to string 1 or 2 good ends together and to finish this off, get over the line. Wayne, of course, a very seasoned singles player, internationally for South Africa. He had about a 5-year stretch as a singles player. So he's no stranger to this format.
And Kevin Smith has just picked up a 3 to go back into the lead, 15-12. Players are back after their comfort break.
Yeah, the girls are back. Esmé lost the jack, of course, and Marizellé reciprocated by throwing another long one for it. Esmé's just gone through the head.
Sharon Glenn asking the score for the ladies' vets. Heather Pembroke was, 13-10 up. It is now 13 all.
Okay, Jason. Good conversion there to make it 2.
Jason
Come on, Shag.
is 17-10 up at the moment, but he is holding 2, and each bowler has 1 bowl left. Michael Zard saying good afternoon, Claire and Mike. Hello, Mike from Cape Town. Maureen watching from the UK as well. That's fantastic.
Hey, Mike. Long time, mate.
Wayne Ridmiller just missing Jason's shot bowl. And Jason has the last bowl, holding 2. Can he add a 3rd to this head? And that will take him 1 shot away from victory and from the record of 6 Masters golds. As we see Esmé Kruger draw a beautiful shot just for a little trail onto the jack. Jason egging it on.
It might be far enough.
So difficult to see from our vantage point, but I think he's just in. Wayne taking out the 2.
Wayne not happy to concede the 3rd one, of course.
Little wry smile from each of them.
Jason looking pretty confident that it's 3. Meanwhile, Marizellé is just going through the head there. Might have 2nd. Ooh, looks like it's only 2.
Yep, Cecil Borman's just bowled a bomb and holding 2, which will give him the game. Esmé under on the line. She doesn't want to find the jab and Skype it.
Ernie with 1 word to come, of course. Just keep in this tournament. No, Jason, it was a 3, so he goes to 20-10. 1 more to make history, as Claire says.
Ernest Wagner stalking his bowl. He is very close. Oh, has just missed it. And Cecil Borman is our new under-30s men champion.
Well done, Cecil, mate. Yeah, good things happening for Cecil at the moment. He's made the green squad, and now he's the Junior Masters champion, so good luck to him. We got Nan Ruiz watching from the Amsterdam. Oh.
Marizellé just consulting with her dad to get understanding of the right shot to play. I know there's a big debate amongst some people to say, do players at this level need a coach? But Sometimes it's just you got two shots and both of them the percentage shot, and it's nice just to bounce that off someone and someone who knows your game and someone you trust, just to get a good feel for it.
Right, Marizellé with her last effort. If she can pull the white, she can make a good three. But she's wide and heavy. I mean the bowl.
Esmé making a big fight back here. She's 13-17 down and holding 2. Jason holding 1. Wayne Rittmiller getting ready for his third bowl.
Esmé picking up 1 there to tie the game up at 13-all.
Trying to keep you abreast of all the scores, because we're about to witness history in the making, and I think it's important that as many people experience and see it and understand the greatness of what Jason Evan is almost going to do here. Nan Roos from Amsterdam. Thank you for your support, Nan.
Nan is no stranger to the Masters, of course.
Nan Roos, no stranger to Masters, no stranger to bowls. Fantastic lady. Great ambassador for our sports.
Oh, Esmé chucking it out wide on the backhand. It will bend all of that, of course, and more.
Esmé making her way back to the centre line, and it's a beautiful bowl.
So, unless Wayne has a disastrous wood here, the winning stroke has not been played yet.
Kevin Smith's gone into a 17-12 lead.
So, looks like Wayne's picking up a 3. Measuring for 3. Okay.
Esmé holding 3. Marizellé looking to cut this down. Just, oh, what a ball from Marizellé.
I think she's drawn the shot.
She has indeed. Marker showing 1 to Marizellé. This is a fantastic contest. Esmé Kruger on a couple of occasions has held a multiple, and Marizellé has come back to cut it down every single time. Esmé very close to jacking the jack there.
Bless you. And again.
Volgens kan niemand Afrikaans praat nie. Paul, ek kan 'n bietjie Afrikaans praat. But I think everyone would run off this live stream if I had to start.
Moenie worry nie, Paul, ek is heeltemal bisexual. So Wayne gets a 2 there. Creeping up on Jason. Jason just needs the single to get over the line. The whole crowd, yeah, are waiting to witness that, of course. Except for Wayne's family.
Marizellé changing her hand here, trying to come and rest up on Esmé's second shot. It's just a bit short.
Oh. Great start from Wayne. Front touch up. Very good. He's keeping that spanner in the spokes of Jason's success. Marizellé, meanwhile, picks up the single to go one in front at 14-13.
Jason responds. Oh, fantastic little bowl, finding Wayne's bowl, popping the jack just to open things up a little bit.
Yeah, giving himself like 10 inches to draw.
The great Neil Burkett not going away. Just picked up a 2, take it to 14-17 down against Kevin Smith. Tabello fighting her way back. Now only 2 shots in that game. 15-17 to Leila Sneeman.
Great opener from Marizellé. Touching the white, finishing about a foot behind the jack. Jason might have sneaked in front there. We're gonna wait for the marker to... No, he reckons it's still 1 to Wayne.
Everyone's sort of watching with bated breath. Marizellé draws another beautiful shot on the line. They're not making the target any bigger for Esmé.
I reckon if Jason walked down here, he'd try and draw it on the backhand, but he's probably going to play with a yard or two.
Esmé Kruger's bowled an absolute bomb. Pulls the jack just away from Marizelle's bowl. That is phenomenal bowling. Jason looking for the 1-2 here, and he's done it.
He's made it. He got a little feather of Wayne's outside bowl. He gave it a little fist pump there. Getting very excited now. We'll have to give him a celebratory rumbler, Gary.
Oh, a double.
A double rumbler coming
Double
up.
rumbler coming. Keg. Keg in an Uber.
So, Ritmiller.
Marcel very close to getting that jack or the shot bowl.
Yeah. Wayne's got 1 ball left. He needs to get onto his own, push it onto the jack.
That applause you just heard was Leila Sneeman drawing 2 within about 30 centimeters. Marker showing 2 in the measure.
Wayne is a little bit under it, is he? No. Yes. No. Yes. No.
Everyone with their hearts in their throats. Jason's jumping off the bank to go and have a look.
Arthur's saying it's a measure. Jason will have a good look, of course.
Those fingers come out.
Yeah.
Back to our rink. Marizellé trying to get this
There's a
ball
ball
just
there.
to come back.
There's a bowl there. Oh, give him the thing.
So Wayne
And
conceding the game.
Jason Evans has just won his 6th Masters. You can hear the joy, the roar from the crowd, the roar from himself.
He's given it a loud cheer. He's gone over to Louise, giving her a big hug. Obviously, this has been a massive goal that he's accomplished here today.
Esmé coming in, trying to convert it to 2, and that is 2 brilliant bowls from Esmé. This is high quality bowls that these two ladies are putting down. As soon as you think someone's got a great shot and is holding well, the other manages to trail it, sitting 2 centimeters, 5 centimeters away from the jack. It's just incredible. If you've got friends that love bowls that are not watching, get them to give them this live stream. This is a wonderful spectacle of ladies bowls in South Africa.
Yeah. Fantastic displays all around here. I'm going to wish my friend all the best.
Leila Snyman has potentially just drawn to win the game. She's definitely holding 3 to take her to 20. It might be a measure for the 4th. Was Marizellé and Esmé missing their first bowl? Esmé just missing the line more than anything else. This game very tensely poised at 15-14 to Esmé Kruger.
If any of you have been privileged enough to be sitting with Donnie after 10 or 15 castle lights and listening to his top 10 of all time, Jason normally comes in at 4 or 5, but I think he might be up into the top 3 after this victory. So I just want to say to my mate Jason from Neath, we're from the same town in Wales. Our parents were friends, so I'm really, really happy for him. It's a massive day for him and for his record and legacy. To think that he was close to being dropped out of the South African gold squad late last year. I'm glad that he's had this chance to prove that he's the best Masters bowler of all time.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mike. That cheers. You hear Leila Snyman did pick up a 4 to win 21-15 against Tabello, an embrace between the two players, just showing good sportsmanship and this respect amongst each other.
That's fantastic for Leila. Meanwhile, back in this game,
It's very difficult commentating. There's so much happening on the rink and so much to comment on. It's just fantastic.
Turning on the pressure, and Marizellé's lining up for a bomb. And she's going to get at least 2. So she got 2 out. So a good drive there from Marizellé.
Jason Evans has had a fantastic weekend. Just the one loss he had, but you can just see that he's been so determined the whole weekend, looking for that 6th victory.
He's had a couple of tough battles this weekend. He had to dig deep a couple of times, especially this morning against Jerry. So, yeah, he deserves every success.
Marker showing Esmé holding 2 currently. She's come in for a 3rd. Oh, Neil Murcutt's just bowled a brilliant ball, got an unlucky result. Kevin Smith was holding 2 pretty much on the jack. He went for the split, got the split perfectly, and Kevin's 2 bowls ran on. Marizellé 3 down, looking to try and cut this down. She's got a very good road. Potentially just a little bit over with her weights.
Yeah, she's dropped a 2 there. So Esmé going into a 17-14 lead.
Esmé's coach is sitting just to the left of us, and the nerves are palpable. I can speak from first-hand experience. I've been assisting Mo Low as coach, and it's a lot harder coaching and watching this game than playing it.
Meanwhile, Cherry Ann picking up another single to go 18-13 up against Heather.
Esmé keeping control of the jack this time. She has on an odd occasion tried to play the longer end and has lost the jack.
Nice start there from Esmé. About 6 inches short. About 12 or 14 inches wide of the jack. Marizellé trusting the big swing again. She's on a great line. Looks like great weight as well. Fantastic start from.
Very good ball from Marizellé Rousseau.
There you go.
Kevin Smith picked up a 3 there, so he now leads 2017. All 3 games on the go. Moles 18-13 up against Pembroke. Smith leads Burkett 2017. And Kruger 17-14 up against Marizellé Rousseau, but Marizellé is holding 1.
Yeah, she's on a good line again. Young Marizellé. Don't think she's got the weight this time. Might force Esmé to change. No, she reckons she can get inside that. Now it all depends on the swing at the end. Yeah, that's going to go.
Martins from Hopetown, by Philip Jason. Marizellé trying again. Oh, her road was perfect.
She might be in.
She might be in, you're right, Mike. And that she is. Our circles are. Yep, she's holding 2. Oh, Marcus says 1. And a measure.
That's a typical.
Have to wait and see.
That's a typical female call.
Oh, shots fired. That's a bit Anna. Thought we were friends here, Mike.
They can't find me now, it's too late. I don't know, now it's a good measure.
Yeah, Marizellé was the last ball. She's going to come up and have a good look.
I reckon she's going to whip that ball out. She's very accurate with her drives. That's if she thinks she's down, of course. Then again, on her forehand, there's no danger, so there's nothing stopping her playing it on the draw.
Sherry Ann Moles has just won the Vets Ladies 21-13 against Heather Pembroke.
Jerry Ann has been a fantastic bowler for many, many years. Plays out of the East Rand. Ukulele, of course, these days. Marizellé going for the draw. She's got a hell of a line.
Potentially she thinks she's down then. Oh, she's very close. She just needs to run. And she has drawn shots, so... Oh,
It's still... No, she's definitely got one.
I think there might be a good measure all round here.
Yeah, definitely got one. Measure for 3. Oh. Usi Sekhareta.
Neil Burkett picked up a 3 there. And it's 20 all. So if we don't get a burnt end, this will be the last end for the men's vets.
Yes. A one-end shootout between Kevin and Neil. 20 all. Couldn't ask for a better final. In the meantime, it's either 1 or 3 to Marizellé. Esmé taking very keen interest in this measure. Definitely that one.
We thought that one was in. It was then the measure all
That
round.
one's out. And that one's in.
That one
So
is in,
2 shots.
2 shots. 2 shots to Marizellé. Esmé Kruger leading 17-16.
This one's going down to the wire as well, Claire. I believe the viewers from the other stream have joined this game as well, so I'm sure between the 2 streams we've got over 1,000 viewers. We're up to 800 now, Claire.
That's incredible.
That's the record for the weekend.
Claire, repeat the Afrikaans message again. Kan niemand Afrikaans praat nie?
Paul, you can speak English. I know you can. I've heard your podcast. So you'll have to send a strongly worded email to Bobby Donnelly, COO of Bowl South Africa.
Neil Burkett has just stepped off the mat. Lots of movement around the back of the rink where he's bowling.
Umpire putting her size 5 foot down on
Almost
the
like
activity
a
on the
traffic
bank.
officer. Neil Burkett slightly wide on this. Will it come back? No.
Waka. Is that a real name? Wow.
Wakalabeskachni.
Enjoying the streaming from a pool in Bella Bella, just up the road. This is a very loose end from Neil, but he's got the last wood. No, he hasn't, but his last wood. It's currently 1 or 2 down.
Better line there. He's looking. Just under
He
them.
needs to stop. He needs to stop. He needs to stop. He's gone.
Kevin Smith
So,
holding game, just double checking all around, and Kevin Smith has wins the Vets
yep.
BSA Masters Final. Province affair through and through. Well done, Kevin Smith. Neil Burkett, phenomenal effort. I believe at the age of 74, playing in his first Vets Masters.
Yeah, as you say, Kevin's been in some good form the last few years. Meanwhile, Marizellé with a near miss there, but still 2 down.
Oh, I can see you getting a bit tense there. So I'll give it a bit of a bash. Please don't shout at me if I swear or say anything terribly wrong. Dis 'n uitstekende bal van Esmé Kruger. Sy hou 3 nou.
Sy hou 3 op
Sy
die
hou
oomblik
3 op die oomblik.
at the Ankleton.
There we go. Mike's helping and joining us. Margaret Thomas from Durbanville Bowling Club. Well done, Kevin. Kevin's had a fantastic weekend, fighting all the way. Marizellé kyk na die kop. En sy besluit wat 'n skoot om te speel nou. I'm going to be exhausted after this. Probably the most Afrikaans I've spoken in public ever.
I can tell.
At least Esmé, the coach, thinks it's funny, so I'm glad I'm entertaining some people on the stream. Paul Fern saying, there you go, not that difficult. But I might be making an absolute tit of myself. We spoke about Marizelle's approach to the mental side of this game, and you can see how she slowed herself down to make sure she is very clear about what shot to play. On the forehand. Found the bowls, so I think she's got that a squirt.
Probably still 2 down. Yeah.
We're af. En Esmé het die laaste bal. Esmé is stepping off. Sy praat met haar afrigter nou. No one's left yet. Everyone's still glued to B5.
Interesting to see Esmé, with all of her experience, going to her manager for some advice at this stage.
And sometimes it might also just be a word of calmness, or a word of, you've got this, you've been bowling well, just reassurance. Doesn't always have to be what shot to play.
Yeah.
Anthony Card, congratulations to all the players at the Masters. Great viewing. Banners Rest Village Bowls Club, Port Edward, fantastic. And just derde scoort, ek dink, van Esmé Kruger. Sy is nou
Esmé.
op 2016.
Closing in on that long-awaited Masters title. Just needs a single now.
Vickers Ackerman, thank you very much. Feel like that's the compliment of the year so far for me. Paul must rather do his commentary in Afrikaans because his English is worse than your Afrikaans. Baie dankie. Jy het my dag gemaak.
Anthony Card, Banners Rest Village Bowls. I took my touring group there during the 2009 British Lions Tour of South Africa. Spent a memorable day of Olympics between the British tourists and all the retired people there.
That's incredible.
How we got home that night, I'm not sure, but fun was had by all.
What happens on tour stays on tour.
Correct.
824 viewers. That is fantastic, guys. Thank you for the support. Bowls South Africa appreciates all of that, the effort they've put into. Wingate Bowls Club has been a phenomenal facility. James Ruston and his crew for everything they've done, and this live streaming is exceptional. All the production crews have worked very hard this weekend to bring you high quality bowls.
Indeed. It's a good game for Marizellé to win, of course, but both girls looking for their first Masters. Marizellé has been behind in a few games this weekend and managed to put her nose in front at the end. She is a fighter. Her whole family bowl here at Wingate. Her fiance, Brandon. Esmé looks like she's done enough to get the shot there.
Incredible. Can never quite put this ball
The
out on a
circles
wide enough
confirm that.
line.
Huh? Speaking the wrong language. Yes. There's still
Judy, thank you.
there's still discipline in Pretoria's kids.
Esmé holding the one.
Cheers, Shaza. One of my old friends and obviously a good friend of my mom from Nurba. Yeah. She played a good shot, but given Marizellé half a sniff here.
Yeah, Marizellé will have confidence. She can see the jack better. Marizellé playing it on a tighter line.
But she's really heavy.
It's too heavy for it to come back.
Okay, that's her sighter. It would be quite wise of Esmé if she can get 1 meter past the jack here.
Excitement is palpable. Esmé's coach standing up, jumping, sweaty hands.
Ooh, she nearly had half the jack to give it away.
Esmé did not want the bottom end of that jack. That would have skyped it to Marizelle's 2 bowls. You can see by the reaction, the one camera that is on Esmé, towel over the head.
She's got a choice, yeah. She can either draw it or she can go for the jack. Duck or no dinner. She's asking her coach.
Marizellé dink mooi.
Well, she's taking her time. Showing a lot of maturity. She's having a run.
She's very close here. Is it going to hold?
She's holding. She's holding. She's holding. She's got the jack. But I think Esmé's got one on the ditch.
Esmé's got one on the ditch. And I think there were shouts all over. No one quite knew what was happening. Esmé has picked it up to win the gold medal in the BSA Masters.
We didn't see that sneaky word behind the scoreboard yet.
Esmé's coach can finally take a sigh of relief. And her mom, oh, you can see the supporters are in tears. Die trane loop. Dit beteken so baie vir die familie, die vriende. There's so much support that goes into a bowler's day, a bowler's week, a bowler's month, so much commitment.
You can see Marizellé bitterly disappointed. She played a great shot, really bad result for her, but she did fantastically well. Nice to see her whole family coming on to support her.
Marizellé bowled so well. We mentioned a couple of times the maturity at which she played that game.
Yeah.
She had a response for Esmé all the time. Esmé just sneaked away from it slightly, but Marizellé can hold her head up high. It was a phenomenal performance by her. At her tender age, she has a huge future ahead of her.
Yeah, it won't be her last Masters final, that's for sure.
That is for sure. And I hope I get the opportunity to commentate in a few more of these, maybe even play in one or two more. But Marizellé has had a brilliant weekend. She can hold her head up high. Esmé Kruger, the champion for the BSA Masters 2025. Last year getting a gold medal. This year coming away with a gold medal. Fantastic
Cheers,
performance by Esmé Kruger. Support around Marizellé, palpable. Player of a young age needs to be supported.
That's over and out from us, I'm afraid, Claire. It's the presentation ceremony now, and there'll be celebratory drinks and commiseration drinks. Are we doing an interview? On the other stream. So I believe the other Bold South Africa stream is doing the interviews. So if you want to tune into that YouTube stream to get the interviews, you know where to get it. Thanks very much for listening. It's been a pleasure. Claire, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
James,
I thoroughly enjoyed
producer,
it.
fantastic, mate. Despite the challenges, well done.
Thank you very much, guys.